At this point in the war, I was like, I am playing amazing. I can do nothing wrong. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for War 4 of the season for Loki versus NewN. A lot of friends in NewN, really cool guys, actually, quite a few of them, including MP Blaze, who's going to be making an appearance in this video. Yes, I put it on the thumbnail. The title, it's going to be somewhere. I actually died twice. That is not easy to do, and I managed to do it in just one single war. And instead of me going over what I've did wrong, how to fix it, I brought in two experts, two absolute experts. I'll kind of introduce them when we get to it, but their channels are linked in the description. They are part of the MCoC Illuminati, who I've been telling you, go subscribe to their channels, get better at this game. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's start the footage here. I was so pumped up. You know, I've been taking a diversity of attackers. I was at my nephew's wedding earlier in the season, and I saw it get taken Mr. Negative and Cosmic Ghost Rider. I was really pumped up. I haven't played either of them seriously in war in a very long time. But Mr. Negative, for the fights that I saw him going up against, I was like, he's just going to handle him. I just gotta kind of play the game. And then Cosmic Ghost Rider, it's almost like getting back on the bicycle again, at least in some ways. Although you're going to see. I'm going to mess that up. But let's go ahead and start off with the good ones because they were first. All right, so we've got this fight here against Symbiote Supreme. This really isn't going to be much to it. In fact, he's placed there because he's got the power gain. Anyway, there's the anti-nullify there, and then he's a miss counter. He benefits from the defensive tactic Mystic Dispersion. MP Blaze is going to do an amazing job of explaining how to work with that in the video he's going to go over. You can see there I caused the miss. I had been using Omega Sentinel this season in nodes where I was going up against Mystic Defenders, Mystic whatever, you guys get the idea, Defenders, and she really simplifies it. And so you can see there I triggered it. I was just kind of waiting it out. MP Blaze, again, like I said, will explain better how to go through it. But as you can see here, like I said, I'm just kind of playing the game. I'm not really doing anything special at this point. I'm going to get Symbiote Supreme under a bar of power, and then I'm just going to build up some of the light energy. You're going to see here, I think I'm going to parry 2 or 3 times, maybe one more here. Maybe I'm going to do one more because I'm already at 2 bars of power. Now, I went ahead and converted them into the dark energy, did that passive evade thingy majiggy, and then now I've got the generation on them. I knew it was going to end. Felt really good. It was like fun. It was kind of like knocking off some of the rust of playing Mr. Negative. Like, I took him to rank 3, and I think it was that day. Pretty sure Taters was assigning my fights at that time. I was like, all right, you're going in against that tough mojo that we've died to. I was like, all right, cool. But he's great for it. It's fun. So here we go, bringing in Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now, there's a very specific way of handling this node, right? It's the hazard shift there. Cosmic Ghost Rider, he has some utility, folks. He is immune to incinerate and bleed. I am not running the recoil tree. You're going to see me actually check my boost quite a few times because I didn't want to over boost. I didn't want to get pushed to my SP3. You need to land the parry. It's very specific what you need to do in this one. You need to land that parry. Then you're going to go in for the 5-hit combo ending in the light to get the big power gain. And it'll be enough because you are gaining power from your combos. Then you do the 5-hit combo landing in the medium. I personally love that rotation because it gets you to the SB2 with all the buffs still that you need or you want to trigger with the SB2, but you naturally just trigger the SB2 as you see right there after the 5-hit combo. With the power back boost, I'm already back. I know that the poison portion of the node has now kicked in, but I've got Void right where I want him. I don't care that I'm gonna have to use a potion or 2 to heal up Cosmic Ghost Rider. I want to take advantage of the window that I opened up there. We've talked about this with Cosmic Ghost Rider. If you watch my channel for the last year and a half, I believe he has enough utility that he creates these small openings, that he has enough damage that he takes care of the fight. So I just wanted to take care of it. Didn't care, gonna have to heal up a little bit. Fine. I am totally fine with that. That node has a really dangerous fury, really potent fury that Void can get if he lands those debuffs. So I just didn't want to mess with it. Now, going in here, this fight, I want to show you the node. I wanted to make sure I had the guidance boost on. That's why I had been brought in White Magneto. I brought in Posh for that one. We had the Ebb and Flow Intercept. So if I intercept the defender, remove the protection, you guys get it. You've seen that node before. So if possible, I do want to land the intercept, but I've specifically brought in the guidance boost, because Kraven has a mechanic where anytime he gets a non-damaging debuff, he like decreases the time or the duration of further non-damaging debuffs by 10% to a max stack of 8. So if you parry him, that's going to be a non-damaging debuff. But if you have the guidance boost on, it's a passive stun, not a non-damaging debuff. It is helpful. The one thing to kind of keep in mind though, and you'll see this, is he's going to start getting rid of my my armor break so quickly anyway. So there we go. We've landed the heavy, right? And we're going to just do that same rotation that you saw me do with Cosmic Ghost Rider. If I get the opportunity to get the Intercept, I will go for it. We've got it. So things are going fine here. Right now, I'm like, oh, we are golden. But you can see he's got 8 of those endurance protections up, right? He now has the protection from the node. He set a trap, and all I really remember was like, I just want to stay away from the traps. I felt like that SB2 did plenty of damage. I was like, I'm content. I don't feel like I need to intercept with him, especially because I'm still really new to Kraven. I haven't really fought him very much, especially in war. I just want to stay away from his traps. I've got 96% health. Like, I'm gonna be fine. So here we go. We're just gonna basically whittle him down here, right? He's got his own endurance, was getting rid of the armor break so quickly. You see that happening. I'm not worried about intercepting. I guess right there, I saw I was set up for it, so I went ahead and took it. That takes down the protection from the node. I get the Fury buff. Really happy. At this point in the war, I was like, I am playing amazing. I can do nothing wrong. Even if a fight doesn't go perfectly, like that fight with Kraven there, I am still handling it. I know exactly what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce this. We're heading into this fight against Dragon Man. MP Blaze, he is honestly, guys, folks. When I say guys, I mean it, all the genders, everyone, I know. MP Blaze is one of the best players in this game. I know that you've gotten used to the idea that I give out compliments pretty easily because I really like people, and if they deserve compliments, I am very happy to give them. He is honestly one of the best players in the game. He is one of the smartest players in the game. He's one of the highest skilled players in the game. Those don't always go hand in hand, and he is in the top 0.01% of both. He is in the Alliance NewN, and he is one of the best Mr. Negative players like ever. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this channel. If you're not, go check it out. Listen to how he describes this fight, how he talks it through, and the way he handles the mystic dispersion of the defenders there. Very tough node, and he's just gonna talk you through it. So let's go ahead and show that, and then I'll catch you on the other side.
All right, so Vega asked me to go ahead and critique his fights here against Dragon Man using Mr. Negative on Mighty Charge Ebb and Flow Intercept. This is the second node of Path 5 in Section 2. Now, if I were taking this fight, my first concern would be getting Mystic Dispersion on cooldown in the Mr. Negative way. And what I mean is, if I can land an early parry where I turn off his power gain buff and he's below a bar of power, I would use that light energy to evade Intercept so that I throw it on cooldown and then we don't have to worry about it for a while. But when I play this node with Mr. Negative, or if I play this node with Mr. Negative, usually it's to build to Special 3 and have a good amount of dark energy and then do an evade counter to get the Ebb and Flow Intercept off and gain the Fury, and then drop a Special 3 with big dark energy. So he's got a pretty good setup here, but he's already reached the 10 dark energy. So he's gonna have to give those up and just let them expire. We're not gonna make it to Special 3 here with that. And now Dragon Man's being a little bit stubborn about trying to throw a Special 3. And that's kind of the downside here. There's no real way around that. If Dragon Man decides he doesn't want to throw a special attack, you're kind of dead in the water. So besides the Mystic Dispersion, the second thing you want to focus on is making sure that power gain is gone, whether it's through the stun, through blocking Special 1, or getting him to throw Special 2. So after that failed attempt to try to get to Special 3, this is another option. It just kind of, you take a hit to your damage here. So this time Vega is going to go ahead and focus on only throwing Special 2s, and he's not going to be concerned with having more than 10 dark energy in this situation, since the power gain is kind of annoying. So he's done a good job of getting the power gain off with an early stun. But again, Mystic Dispersion is still at play here. There's no cooldown for it. So we really want, before pushing him to that special 1, to try and get an evade counter Intercept off the dash attack so that we can throw that into cooldown. And I'm actually surprised it didn't go into cooldown there, just because I guess the Intercept has to be while the miss mechanic is up, so makes sense. I would intentionally trigger that to at least put it on cooldown while my back's not against the wall. But the first special 2 did quite a bit of damage. It's just with Mighty Charge, all those degens get shrugged along with the Petrify. So if he decides to be aggressive and not really throw heavy attacks or throw a special attack while you've got him against the wall, here he is turtling up again. So Vega just goes in with a evade counter to special 2, and the double Petrify actually here pulls him away from special 3. But the panic, run in and try and knock him out, ends up soloing the fight.
Thank you, Blaze. That was awesome. I really do appreciate you doing that. You do a lot, help me out. And as always, man, I appreciate it. Folks, go subscribe to his channel. Link in the description. Now, unfortunately for me and for Loki, we have another death coming up here against this Mysterio. There is some dueling that needs to be done because you really want to make sure you're not triggering decks. I know I'm the one who's really big on like, don't worry about triggering decks, don't worry about triggering decks. But in this particular fight, you really don't want to, but you'll see I'm able to land my heavy and that sort of thing, and it's fine, even though I couldn't land a parry. I had a misunderstanding. It's on me. I'm not gonna blame anyone else. It's on me. I had a misunderstanding of how I was supposed to do my rotation. And you're going to see that. And you're gonna see I'm going to land my 5-hit combo with the light. I was really excited. I even had an intercept. And I don't understand, and I could not figure it out in the fight, why that didn't push me to 2 bars of power. You're gonna see me then try it again just to see, like, did something happen? Did I not trigger it? And I don't know. I could not figure it out. And then you're just gonna see just a melting decline until really just an almost laughable finish. BMcG, one of the best players in this game. He's a alliance leader. He is a war planner. He's a war defensive planner in 4 Loki BG1 with people like Steve and Karate Mike. That's how good he is at this game. He's an amazing Cosmic Ghost Rider player as well, on top of like other champions. Subscribe to his channel. You're going to hear how smart he is at this game. BMcG, thank you very much for helping people learn from my mistakes.
Hey guys, BMcG here. Vega asked me to break down this fight against Mysterio here on node 53. Mysterio benefits from the Mystic Dispersion Global, which means if you have a buff expire, they have a miss passive on them for 4 seconds, and then you can't hit them. If you try to hit them while they have the miss passive, they'll get a protection passive for a certain amount of time, but the miss passive goes on cooldown for about 20 seconds, I think it's 20 seconds. So yeah, it's not the hardest global tactic we've had, but it's kind of annoying and it makes it tough to play around if you have buff heavy champs, but certain characters with vigilance counter it, certain characters who counter miss counter it. So yeah, we're going to pause right here. Looking at Vega's boosts, he's starting with a power start 1, and he also has a 200% cosmic boost. So it looks like the plan is to get to the special 2 and let the power back boost push you back to your special 2 or get you to your special 3, which would allow you to end the fight very quickly. He's fully boosted, which is, you love to see it. So I'm going to try not to take too long breaking this down, but we're going to start here. He gets a beautiful heavy counter, gets a beautiful intercept, and then he finishes with the power gain. So this was the first error. When you start with your power gain after only having 1 judgment up, you'll see that it does not get him to a special 2. Polka Dot Powered will not allow Vega to get to a special 2 unless he has a means of power gain or damage over time. So he's essentially stuck at that power level right now unless he drops a special 1. And what Vega should have done, I'm going to pull up Aunt May for you guys. If you go down to the Judgment's passive, Each judgment placed on the opponent increases the duration of any buff triggered on Cosmic Ghost Rider by 20%. While you have 5 judgments in place, this bonus is doubled. So essentially, Vega doubled the power gain by 20% because he activated Aptitude before it. He should have done Heavy, medium ending 5-hit combo for Vigilance, and then power gain, and that would get him the increase by 40%. And that would push him to a special 2, and that would allow him to essentially nuke Mysterio down. So we can continue on, because the fight's not over. Vega still can salvage it. I like the aggressiveness that Vega had there to go for the intercept while the missed passive was on the opponent. If you guys didn't know, you can intercept the opponent while they have it to remove it. So now Vega is in the corner, which is not very good. You don't want to be in the corner, but Vega is still trying to figure out how to get to a special 2. And right there, he used a special 1 to reset. Vega's very good with Cosmic Ghost Rider, in my opinion. He was one of the first people to really understand CGR. Right there, that was a mistake. I think Vega just tried to block instead of getting hit, and then the parry clipped him, but it's not a big deal. It's still salvageable here, but that's a common thing that people do with CGR, is that they think they have to get to the special 2 only. You could either use the special 1 to your benefit, or use it to reset your judgment cycle like Vega just did. And also, the incinerates from the special 1 fuel polka dot power, so that gives you more power, so you see Vega gain power over that time. So now he dexes, gets another special 1 off, which I like. I like that because when he uses a light ending combo here, you guys will see that he gets all the way to a special 2 because he increased the duration of that buff by a ton. Right there, if you guys can see my cursor, the damage reflect is still up from the special 1. I think Vega was tired of being in the corner. He was in the corner for about, I think, 40 seconds in this clip. So I understand why he threw the special 2. He wanted just to end the fight. The issue is he doesn't have the cruelty from the special 2 because he activated the special 1, and then he also activated Dex, so he's not getting the precision. So you'll see that he gets 1 crit and he's unable to finish Mysterio. That fight was salvageable if he didn't throw that special 2 and just waited out that damage reflect, but you know, I can't blame Vega for, you know, throwing the special 2 in the corner hoping it would get him out and kill him. I mean, he's fully boosted, using a 6-star rank 3. I totally get the game plan, and I totally get why he threw the special 2. It's just something you never should do against Mysterio. But yeah, that was the issue with that fight. I'm gonna let Vega go over the rest of the next fight where he you know, cleans up the death here. Thank you, Vega, for having me on. This is fun. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of Vega's video. Peace out, guys.
BMcG, you're too kind, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate it. Everyone who's viewing it, I hope you learned a lot from them too. They're, like I said, I brought in experts. I feel like we're doing this to, I don't mind showing my deaths. I really don't. It is like a personal thing. It's fine. I don't love that I did die. As you know, these are the fights I actually care about. Wars where I boost and I really try and I do duels, and sometimes things still happen. But I want you to learn so that maybe you don't make those same mistakes. Hopefully you did. Let me know. Go to their channels. Let them know. Thank you. Unfortunately for Loki, we did lose this war and we lost it by 2 deaths. I'm not kidding. That did not feel good. It did not feel good. I know my BG leaders reached out to me. They're like, you know, you're an asset. Don't worry about it. There's no problems. That being said, it doesn't feel good when those are the numbers. Other people died too, but still, if I didn't have those 2, we tie. I don't even remember what the time tiebreaker was anymore. Anyways, moving on, let's go ahead and jump and take a look at the season stats. All right, the most important stat for Loki, 2-2. We were in Master solidly at that point. Don't love the loss. Don't love the way it happened. You know, you want to beat NewN, of course, but it is what it is. I've played this game long enough to know you win some, you lose some, right? 15 kills, 2 deaths. Don't love the ratio, but up until this war, we had no deaths. So that's fine. 9 total champions. That's a lot. That you've seen me in the last few seasons. I think we've ended up with like 15 was the most. I love using the diversity of my roster, but 9 in 4 wars, that's a bit much for me. And I think we saw some rust there. I know I felt some rust. And just having that's really, really not good misunderstanding on the CGR fight. I think that really shows. You got to do your duels. You got to do your duels. Get those things in. and that sort of thing. 0 defender kills. It just shows you like how few kills there are in tier 1 right now, because I place a really good defense. BMcG sets up a great defense for BG1. It just is what it is. Looking at the pie chart though, I mean, these are some really fun champions to bring in. I feel really happy and glad that I have these champions at rank 3, some at rank 4 with a Mega Sentinel that I get to bring in, have some fun, be helpful. And yeah, I know how the next 2 wars are already going to go, so I'm really looking forward to showing them to you. Hope your war season is going well. Take care.
I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.